I fasted for 56 hours, almost 57, and now I'm measuring my blood sugar with the Contour Next One, which is a Bluetooth device that connects to your phone. So it also comes with this pouch and a few of these things here. Now, in order to get the blood out of your body, you pick one of these fingers and then you put one of these in. So you open up this thing here, then you actually put it in, then you take off the top. You can screw the top, and then you can select how deep you want to pinch yourself. So there are a few different levels. And now I take my finger, I already washed my hands, and now I select maybe 4. Then I need to load the whole thing, it's spring loaded. You can actually hear it. So now it is loaded, and now I just take my finger, and so now the next step is to take one of these stripes. It actually was not deep enough, there is a little bit of blood, but you should not really press the finger, but much more massage the hand. At least that's what I read in the instructions. So I take one of these things here. Maybe I should have done this before, because now I have a bloody wrist, not bloody wrist, but bloody hand. And it's also important to not touch this thing, but I just did. So now, in order to insert this, there is actually a small stripe here, which takes the blood. And you insert, so first of all, you have to switch it on. This was actually around 30 bucks on Amazon. I got it in order to check my glucose levels whenever I fasted. There are also continuous blood glucose monitors. I have also looked into these, but these are quite expensive up until now. And well, I haven't tested it. So now this thing is already kind of connected. And now I just take the blood off of my finger. And I don't have a lot of experience with this because I'm not diabetic. Well, I think it was too little blood. Maybe I will pinch myself again with 5 now. Maybe another finger. Oh, I've actually held it the wrong way, so it didn't work. And now let's try. Come on. So I actually just pressed my finger a little bit because otherwise I wouldn't have enough blood. So now I have the other finger, and now maybe you can actually see it if I hold it like this. And now it sucks the blood in, but it's still, oh, it already measured the whole thing. So it's 86. 86 is not that low. I expected it to be a little bit lower. And now let's check it out in the app, because I have this app. By the way, this is my Zero Fasting app, which I use to track my fasts. It is quite expensive because otherwise you don't get the fasting zones, so you have to buy kind of the subscription, because otherwise it's not really that useful. It is a little bit buggy. It is a lot buggy. That's actually what I'm trying to say. So now let's go into here, and it seems that it didn't. Oh, it synced my values with the cloud, but it doesn't show any measurements, which is weird. So now maybe, ideally it would synchronize the measurements with Bluetooth. Maybe I don't have Bluetooth on. I do have Bluetooth on. Maybe I didn't synchronize it. I just check in the app. So it says I have to resync. So I actually measured my blood sugar last 1.5 years ago, I guess, because I just wanted to know, kind of. So it is on, and it is also nearby. And now I have to hold this one 6 seconds until the Bluetooth is blinking. This is, by the way, then the way to connect. So now it just turned off. Let's try it again. It should be blinking. Now it's blinking. Have you seen the Bluetooth thing? And now it seems to be able to connect. Die Verbindung wird hergestellt. I have my app in German. So, and it has a serial number, and I can click if the serial number is the same. And now it should maybe pair the whole thing again, which would be ideal. Why would you even measure your blood sugar? Your blood sugar is kind of how much energy is available in your blood from sugar. You can also use different things in order to make sugar. So your body can use different things such as fatty acids in order to also create blood sugar. But this is also the reason I still have blood sugar even though I'm fasted 56 hours. So now it should be synced, and it is also synced now. So ideally now, within the different values, it now shows the 86. There is not a way to sync this. So ideally it would automatically sync to other health apps such as Samsung Health, but as of now, it seems that there isn't. So there are no synced apps or stuff like this. So you can actually input your blood sugar manually into Samsung Health, which I did in the past and will also do now. Also, it makes sense to actually input the information. So I will just say now, this is fasted. So there are different buttons. I will actually take off the effect, and now you can see it better. So there are a few different things. I can say I just had a workout or something else, or I can just put in notes. So what I will put in the notes is that I fasted for 56 hours. You can also take a picture, probably of your food. Oh, I think you can actually scan your food. It also saves time and the date, and then you just click done. But I don't click done because I want to add the same notes. So basically the date from when to when I fasted. This is something I want to add into Samsung also. So now it's saved, and I only have a few values. I also don't have that many things here left, and these are quite expensive because I guess it's a way to make money off of diabetics, so therefore it is kind of expensive. Now within Samsung Health you can actually input the blood sugar, so I just click on 86. Ideally you would have something that automatically syncs to Samsung Health, but either I just wanted to get this very cheap and I just wanted to buy it without thinking too much about it, or I just didn't realize there were also blood sugar monitors that also synced with Samsung Health. Ideally now, what I would get is a ketone and blood sugar monitor because it measures actually both things, because ketones would be something I would also be very interested in. So I select the current state, which is fasting. I don't have a medication, I don't have insulin, and then within the notes, I just put in the same notes, 57 hours fasted, because now I have 57 hours, and that just puts in the timestamp, and that's already it. So therefore, I have saved the data within 2 apps. Ideally, you would sync the data to other apps and to get even more results, such as how much sauna you did. There's actually an app called Heads Up that is kind of a conglomerate of many different fitness apps where you can connect different fitness apps such as Samsung Health, Google Fit, and things like these. And then you can actually see long-term trends. For example, what happens if you fast longer, if you go to the sauna, what happens to your HRV, which is also something you cannot track within Samsung Health. So now I'm done, basically. What I will also do, I have these other stripes. In order to measure, you can also measure blood glucose, but these actually measure it in the urine, so therefore it's only excess things. And the same is true for ketone bodies, which are actually the thing that is a byproduct of splitting the fatty acids into sugar for the blood sugar, and also for the different things in the body that take the blood sugar and use it. The brain actually can function up to 75% on ketones, which are these byproducts, probably an evolutionary adaptation. So if you then use one of these stripes, you can just, there is also an app. There are different stripes, but this one doesn't have an app. So I just took a different app, and then you can actually, there are also apps that actually just take a picture and then take all the different data, but mine is actually manually input. So my app that I use is called Puri, and maybe you find it in the App Store, or I will link it down below. And what I can do with this here is I can also check if there are ketone bodies in there, if there are leukocytes, nitrite, I don't know if I'm pronouncing these words all right, glucose, pH, and things like these. Since I have fasted now for 57 hours, as I mentioned 50 times already, I will also now try to measure ketone bodies. So ideally, it would be, this measurement for ketone bodies would be kind of on this side. But also not really, because, well, it doesn't really make sense for the body to actually let out the ketone bodies if it still can use the ketone bodies. So these two are the two methods that are very kind of cheap in comparison to bigger ketone monitors and things like these. So this one was around 25 to 30 bucks, and this was also around 10 to 20 euros, I cannot remember exactly. And this is a very easy way to just get a few, I didn't use it, it's a very easy way to just get a little bit of data on your fasts apart from your heart rate and things like these. I actually measured my HRV just an hour back, and it actually was quite high, unusually high even, because I also didn't do a lot of sport today, so therefore I'm quite rested. So that concludes the video.